Hello, I am Stephen Mason, as you already know that. If you didn't know that, I'm Defence, that's my name for this one. I've fallen down on VHS somewhere and recently picked it up on Blu-ray, and they've changed the cover, dramatically changed the cover. I've just got an up-close shot of Michael Douglas's face. When the VHS, which I had, it's got Michael Douglas standing on a hill, and basically one day this guy's basically been let go from his job and he's stuck in a traffic jam. And on the VHS, I think you even have this, on DVD. It's a film I revisited. It was very, very heavily trailered in the early 90s, especially on VHS trailers. It's a Joel Schumacher film. Joel Schumacher, before he did the whole Batman thing. Anyone who hasn't seen this and likes films like Phone Booth, give it a watch, because it's got that kind of... This film would never get remade. They just wouldn't let this concept get out there. It's a hard 18. He basically gets out his car. He's had enough. He leaves his car and the guy shouts, "Where you going?" And he goes. And basically a detective, which I don't think, watching this back, Robert Duvall, who is a good actor, I don't think really sells this for me on this. He's got the Morgan Freeman character for Seven. He's about to retire, and also carrying on from Lethal Weapon. Sometimes he just looks like he's having a bit of fun, especially when he's creeping around the house. I've got a really bad back at the moment, so that was my best creep impression. My Nosferatu going there, but yeah. I would have cast Robert Duvall differently. The rest of the cast is pretty good. Set in Venice Beach, which doesn't paint a nice picture of Venice Beach as like it is in Mixed Knots and Clean Slate, and even Tenacious D. It's a very pastellated colour of Venice Beach. So anyway, he gets out his thing and basically goes into a shop. And this guy is, I'm not sure what you would class him as now. He's like... this is where the film's dark, because he's basically building missiles as his job, and he's been let go of his job. And he's basically angry at every person who has came to America to make a go of itself. So basically, the Korean guy he meets at the drink where he just wants he wants some change, and the guy won't give him any change. He makes him buy a Coke, and he thinks the price is overcooked. And that's what really sets this guy off. He smashes up the store with his half a baseball bat. And then basically from here, he's headed to see his ex-wife, who has a restraining order against him. And although she knows he's coming, the police neglect to really help her out, kind of thing. So basically, he walks across LA on a mission. Intercepts anybody, gets guns, and basically shoots up a fucking McDonald's or it's a Wendy's. And that's pretty dangerous when he does that. It's you wouldn't get that now. Like, someone's walked in, can't order a Big Mac, that sets him off as well. He wants breakfast. It's 34 minutes past 11. Stops serving breakfast at 11. Shoots up the fucking place. Heavily advertised on the trailer. As he goes across, he also meets a Zero Nazi. There's a lot of naughty words spoken, let's just say. And then, after that, he's sort of full of guns. He goes from his work shirt into G.I. Joe suits, and he goes across LA to a very quick, abrupt ending, really. But yeah, it's a downfall of a person that's fallen down. It's a psychological, but there's been instances like this all over the world, and everyone always blames it on certain things and all that. But this film was well ahead of its time for going, right, shit like this will just happen. And it's like when they were just some people just break. And this is falling down. It shouldn't be encouraged or anything like that. I mean, the film, Michael Douglas, the crew cut hair, away from stuff like Fatal Attraction. He was really trying to take a more serious tone. He's really good in it. As I say, the counterpart, Robert Duvall, and I mean, you couldn't get away with that. You've got no phones, no social network. He just goes from A to B on a fucking warpath of vengeance and racism in his own right. In his own mind as well, and it's just you're watching it now, and it's quite cringeworthy to think when this film was made as well. And I was watching. I mean, it's got the audio commentary with Joel Schumacher and Michael Douglas in a conversation with Michael Douglas and the theatrical trailer. But this is one of them Blu-rays which just plays straight away. So I bought it mainly because of the commentary. because I have a big love for commentaries. Scott Mann, I have a big love for commentaries. And it'd be interesting to hear what is said and what's spoken about it, you know. But as I say, Heavy Trade, have it on VHS somewhere. It's not something I'm going to productively find. Boys in the Hood, Game Over. It's been a long time since I've seen that. Yeah, it's no way handy to go, ooh, falling down. Less than the brick pile of VHS is falling down. But no, yeah, this is what sets people off, you know. You're just trying to do this right, and noise happens in the background, and all I wanted was silence, and you know, and he goes crazy, man. It's crazy. But no, there's some good actors in it. There's a lot of like faces like there's a guy from Cuffs as well. Probably only ever seen him in Cuffs, and he's in there as well. Product of the 90s, heavily trailered. But yeah, worth buying. There's one thing I want to note though, when I watched it last, which I think I might have watched it on DVD, I could feel the heat. And it was something else, it was on VHS actually. I'm looking everywhere for this VHS, but you could feel the heat, especially when he's ready to pop, when you've got the workman signs going on. And he just gets out, you could feel the heat. And Blu-ray is that clear, you can't feel the heat, if that makes any sense. But yeah, just remember, but you can, I mean, even the copper who's interviewing are going, yeah, but he hasn't been here yet. And he keeps ringing though, but yeah, but he hasn't been here yet. You can see the sweat pouring off him, and he cuts back to her and she's just like, yeah, it's fine, you know, kind of crack, you know. But yeah, I'm Steve Mason, I'll see you in the outtakes. Right, here's a very, very, very quick intercut into Waterworld with all the stuff happening at the seaside, with me on falling down. That's actually going in. That's actually going in the falling down video. That is the outtake. I'm trying to film something for Waterworld and just completely killed falling down with a flick of my wrist.
I don't know what to do for an outtake.
The only outtake there will be me bashing your head in like the shop, making too much noise in the background.
I was looking for the VHS.
The VHS, it's got a creamy pastely pink spine, but it's a small box. Yeah.
It's definitely not here.
But no. Yeah, it's a dark film, that Falling Down. And Michael Douglas was amazing in it. I don't get it wrong, but you know what I mean. It's just, you couldn't remake that now. No way, shape or form. Not at all. So yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of, that's an outtake, yeah. Falling Down. Broken. I know, but you just couldn't get away with that now though. Imagine that though.
Oh God, I know.
I mean, that's probably why it's Wendy's. I mean, we don't have a Wendy's over here in the UK. He's a different outtake. We're just talking about, like, you know, he walks in there with a bag of guns and the one that he wants to fucking, who's going to support that? You know what I mean? That, like, at McDonald's or Burger King had enough problems with Batman Returns. Like, oh yeah, Batman Returns, come and get the cups, come and get the figures. Wait a minute, kids can't watch that fucking film. You know, and like you walk in there and like, I don't think Burger King or McDonald's won it, so Wendy's, you know, kind of went. But yeah, it's just, it's a good film. Michael Douglas is great, but it's a very dark film.
I totally agree when you said it was ahead of its time, like.
Ahead of its time. But the thing is, that film can only exist in that era.
Yeah.
Trailer to the fuck on VHS back in the day. You know, like, I'm the bad guy, you know, like, you know, I just want some breakfast. You know, it's very quotable because of how often you would see the trailer. Mm-hmm. You could look at films from that era. Maybe like On Deadly Ground, The Good Son, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
It's just like the littlest things that kick them off though, isn't it? That make them kick off. Like the whole golf course.
Yeah, Jump Cut.
Sorry.
There's the thing, the golf course as well, where he just storms across the golf course. Even the guy he meets after the golf course is the bad guy from Mind Ripper. And you go, I know him, he's really young. And you think, oh, it's the guy from Mind Ripper. And storms across the golf course. I mean, it's probably where Bam Margera got the idea. Let's just run down this private golf course and do cartwheels, jump up and go woo and run off, and you know what I mean. Everyone's like, "What the fuck? There's a private golf course. I pay my subs." But no, he comes fucking Michael Douglas with a fucking shotgun, and the guy has a heart attack, and he watches him die. He causes him to have a heart attack. Meanwhile, he's shotgunned his buggy. His buggy's away down the hill
with his heart pills on.
With his heart pills on, you know.
And all he wanted was for the golf course to have a park and housing estates and stuff on it.
Yeah, Michael Douglas. Yeah, that is probably the most random outtake. Britt is sitting off camera dictating these notes to us if you want to know why. But she just washed her hair, so she doesn't actually want to come in here. So yeah.
Hi guys.
Thanks for watching. Goodbye.